And what's wrong with that answer? He has no recollection of it. That's basically the way most of our mind works. Every once in a while, we have something we clearly know, we clearly remember. But, probably if he gave that answer, he would say it didn't happen. Probably lawyers tend to want to give you a little hedge of no recollection. But the reality is, we're talking about a period of time where these things were not paramount on his mind. Let me give you an example of that. Why, if you go into a perjury trap with prosecutors who are in bad faith, maybe somebody might have mentioned it somewhere, someplace. They didn't, but suppose that happened. And you said no, and then these guys would nail you for perjury. That's what they did to Flynn. The FBI agents walked out of that interview, and it's recorded, and it's been published in the newspapers, and they were convinced that he was telling the truth, and it was a failure of recollection. But the sneaky people running it had the evidence hidden, never showed it to the general. I don't know if they're proud of themselves, trapping a general who served our country for over 30 years, bankrupting him, putting tremendous pressure on his family. Are they proud of themselves? They trapped him. They never would have prosecuted this guy. They created the crime. Somebody's got to do something about that and rein them in. One of these guys is a terror. Read. Never mind.
No.
Is a terror what?
One of these guys is a terror. He shouldn't be allowed to prosecute. He did it in Arthur Anderson. He did it in Merrill Lynch. Created crimes in both. He's been cited by the Justice Department twice for not turning over exculpatory material. And I know from the witnesses, he treated them horribly. Horribly. Like, this was the Grand Inquisition. But they still couldn't make a case. So that tells me there's nothing there.
Okay.
These people used a standard of proof that's impossible, and they acted like this was the biggest terrorism case of the century.
That being said,
couldn't
Rudy,
make it.
I want to bring Bret Baier in here, but just real quickly, based on everything that you just said, would you be comfortable then allowing, at the very least, some members of Congress to view the report without redactions?